And released on Tuesday, the new Angus Reid survey suggests that two-thirds of Canadians support Prime Minister Mark Carney's announcement Monday to boost Canada's defense spending to 2% of our GDP, a minimum requirement under NATO that Canada has never achieved since the alliance introduced the benchmark in 2006. We spoke with the Toronto Sun's Bryan Passifume on Tuesday for more on the poll.
Yeah, so a new Angus Reid survey that was out today, today being Tuesday. Yeah, it seems that everybody's on board with this. Yesterday, a lot of people were surprised to see that Pierre Poilievre was in favor of it. Of course, he says he also wants to have a budget to see where this money is coming from. But yeah, it's two-thirds of Canadians are supporting this move. And what this move does is it increases Canada's defense spending to right now it's about 1.37% of our GDP. And what Carney wants to do is increase it to 2% of GDP, which is the minimum benchmark for NATO members. It's the minimum amount of spending that NATO asks of its members. Not a lot of countries do it. Canada has always been, for at least the past few years, been one of the worst offenders. Like, for example, you got Poland and the U.S. They're the two, the two biggest spenders when it comes to NATO countries. So, yeah, two-thirds of Canadians are in support of this, which I think should come as no surprise. There's been a lot of criticism with the Canadian government relies on the U.S. to protect itself. It seems that previous governments, including former PM Trudeau, relied upon that, just seeing kind of the level of disrepair and obsolescence that our Canadian military is at right now. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are see this as kind of a breath of fresh air and a sign that Carney may be something different than his predecessor.
We also asked if we know where the money will be spent.
There really isn't a whole lot of details right now. Story I'm working on for tomorrow's paper. I spoke to some analysts and pundits about it, and that's the big question. The big question is, government spending has been a big issue lately. You've got a public service as big as it's ever been. A lot of spending promises made. The main estimates were quietly released late last month when the King was in town, and they laid out a $480 billion spending package that didn't include a lot of the promises that Carney had made during the campaign. So the devil's in the details. Right now, people are wondering where this money is coming from. It's one thing to say, yeah, let's increase our spending. But, keep in mind, we've got a country that can't procure itself. We have a paper bag. Just look at any of the boondoggles going on right now with the F-35 program, with icebreakers, with getting ships built. Even just procuring new submarines is something that Canada has a real hot problem with. So I think that moving forward right now, it's going to be sort of an exercise on getting it done and making sure that that Canada and Carney can put the money where their mouth is.